Himwee. Yeah, Himwee.
Yeah, Himwee plays Fate, and in South America, I believe Hughes or Lopez has been playing Fate as well. Orb in a great spot. If you're high Dex and Scythe, it's also a good. I mean, I think Fate's just a great Scythe legend. I think Orb's in a great spot as well.
All right. Well, let's see what's going on here. I mean, obviously, first thing I want to point out is I'm glad that we're not seeing Apocalypse to start off again, because I feel like I've been seeing that all too much. But you know what? It just means we go to the second best option, which is Fortress of Lions.
Let's go. Moving soft platform. I feel like a more conventional stage. We've been seeing it quite a lot. I mean, Apocalypse, though, has really been becoming very, very popular. Nonetheless, we're here in game number 1, Saphir versus Fry, who starting off, not doing anything too crazy on the side so far.
Yeah, nothing super crazy, like you mentioned, but I mean, Saphir definitely doing a really good job, and that's just kind of what that Ulgrim does, you know? Lots of damage, that Rocket Lance just comes through, and it is just a pain to deal with sometimes. Like, it is very scary when you see a good Rocket Lance player on the other side.
Nice open up there with that sidelight into Sarah. The Orb is online, which I think is a great way to contend versus the Ulgrim Axe, because you have that dash jump down air that's going to be great at stuffing out those options on Axe.
Okay, yeah, both of them kind of whipping here a little bit, but we're going to see Saphir kind of get that first opening. No, not kind of, they did, and able to close out that first stock with that Axe, and now right back to the Axe here. Now we're going to see Fried come back into play, picking up that Scythe. We're going to see if they can get anything going here, try to even things up.
Yeah, Axe online now, and flying a little bit too close to the sun, or too close to the wall there, as Fry just closes that one down with that ground pound on the Scythe. I feel like Saphir kind of risked it all on that, and Fry, punished accordingly, and that's just a classic situation there.
Okay, there we go. Axe back in hand. It's been a very, very slower paced game, I feel like, compared to the past 2 sets that we've had. But you know what? It's probably just a matter of trying to feel each other out, see how, the stocks are going to be flying here, how each opponent or player is going to be approaching the situation, how they're going to deal and adapt to whatever you're throwing out. So I'm not too surprised it's a little bit slower. Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're starting to... Oh, whoa, okay. Seems like they're going to start, firing things up here just a little bit.
Yeah, charging up that side sig is Fry, trying to catch a jump from the wall. If you didn't know, if you pull the trigger immediately on the side sig, it doesn't have a projectile, but if you charge it, it gets a little fireball out. Nice open up there from Saphir, who gets in there and sets up a nice juggle state. Fry looking to try to find a way to land. Does, but Saphir has just kind of been a looming threat on that Rocket Lance, just really creating some really great space versus Fry, not letting the Scythe get out of hand.
Nope. Yeah, there we go. Kind of weaponless at the moment, and you're just kind of, okay, there we go. It does find a way to get the Axe in hand. And honestly, we're in a position, I think, where either player could be losing this second stock very, very quickly. And yep, you go a little too hard committing to that Sig, and you're going to get punished for it. And as we can see, Fried now taking a lead here. But I wouldn't expect this lead to stick around for too long.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's just been so back and forth, and especially when you're in this high damage versus that Ulgrim. Ulgrim just needs that one extra hit, some sort of Sair on the Rocket Lance. Really anything big, but Fry's not looking to give anything to Saphir so far, who's been playing pretty lights out. Gets that side air, as I was talking about, to close out that stock, and now we're getting a very even last stock situation. I feel like this is the most even game we've gotten so far. It's just been really back and forth.
I would say so, yeah. At least for a first game. I think we've had a couple pretty close games, but like later on in the set. But
yeah,
for a first game here, yeah, 100%.
Saphir looked to end that game with a quickness there with that Sig attempt. Fry gets a reversal, and once again, Saphir going a little bit too low offstage. Every single stock Saphir lost. They were going for something too aggressive, and Fry just punished it accordingly.
Yep. And that's just like, I feel like that's something that we see too often, right? Is one person just committing way too hard to that ground pound. And I get it, ground pound, cool move, I like it. And then you just see that reversal, and then it's just like, hey, you tried, you committed way too hard. Here is your reward for all your hard efforts. It's losing the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're gonna get right back into this. No character switches. I believe no stage switch either. I looked away briefly while they're doing stage bans. Okay, we are actually going to go to World's End here. All right.
I I feel like we've been seeing a lot more of this stage in comparison to Demon Island for a stage with no soft platforms. A bigger wall makes some of the more oppressive weapons at poking the wall not as successful, but I believe the ceiling is lower, if I'm not mistaken. So people are getting KO'd relatively early on this stage. So it's interesting to see this counter pick come through.
Yeah, I think it's also just a smaller platform, so it's like it's hard to stay more away. Like it's easier to engage is kind of what I'm getting at here. So definitely makes a lot more sense. And I like that fact that we're going here. I think it's a nice looking stage too. I like that background.
The background is very cool. One of the nicest looking stages in Brawlhalla for sure. And that Lance actually matching the palette as well. Maybe that was the real counter pick. A little camouflage on the side of the Olgrim, but you can see that stock being taken very quickly. If you can tap it in there, doesn't actually. The down air wall touches and reversals the situation, and that actually kind of flipped on its head, and Saphir is the first one to take the stock.
All right, well, I mean, good on Saphir, especially after that last game. You know, you do want to find a way to answer back pretty quickly, so definitely got to hand it up here. But now, weaponless here. He just sat there and waited and was like, all right, you will approach. And he said, I will approach. And then he got punished for it. He got hypnotized into that one.
That's actually such a good sig in relation to Orb's kit. Something that Orb can kind of struggle with is that diagonal up and in front. And that's exactly what that neutral stick punishes and catches Saphir perfectly. We are back to a two-stock apiece situation where they're looking very confidently here. And right now, Fry playing very on top of Saphir and just trying to play that stack game plan to not give him any space to breathe, and it's working out so far.
Okay, yep, there we go. Puts him off stage, try to take that stock again, maintain this lead. I like that weapon toss. You give yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing room. You end up losing the weapon in the process here.
Oh, that's big. Whoa. Very fortunate the sweat bead recovery came out, so it didn't have as much vertical gain. That would have closed out the stock there. Saphir, though, turns it around with the gravity cancel downlight into the ground pound recovery, and it feels like Fry's kind of falling into the same trap Saphir did game one, where it's just slight overextension leading to big reversals.
Yeah, no, that was actually really sick. And now you can see Fry starting to get a little bit aggressive out here. And Saphir, I was about to say, was really on top of it, but then just letting go just a little too early. Can they find a way back here? The sweat beads, they do get the wall touch.
Whoa.
But look at this, Fry, you literally handed that up on a silver platter and you were not able to take that. Come on.
And he gave the chase dodge, but it didn't matter because he found the downer to cover that chase dodge. That was way too complicated for both players, and Fry somehow coming out on top of that scramble situation on the right side of the stage. And now Fry with an opportunity to steal this game away, it feels like, and come in with a 2-0 lead into game 3.
Yeah, man, I don't know. This all of a sudden just feels a lot more doable for Fry. And I feel like Saphir's had a pretty strong lead. You know, nothing that you have to worry about losing. But now all of a sudden, Fry just a couple combos away.
Good on Saphir to avoid that. And the dodge down gets read by Fry. You have no dodge off stage, but the down air does not connect, and Saphir switches back to the axe, the weapon that has found a lot of success, but at the same time given some big reversals. We'll see if Saphir can keep it tight to the chest here.
Okay, ooh. Yeah, they are both swinging for the fences here right now. The weapon toss will give Saphir a little bit of an opening, but not for much longer. Fry, can he close this one out? Tries to go for it all.
He barely missed the timing. Saphir didn't get a reversal on the recovery either. The dodge is expended. The recovery comes through and catches Saphir, who has to recover once again, but cannot, as Fry takes the game from behind and forces the game 3 with a 2-0 lead. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe Fry won that one.
Oh my god, the fact that they were able to turn that around was crazy, man. You really got to hand it to Fry. I mean, they got to be like sighing heavily. It's like a sigh of relief just knowing that they were able to get that. And I don't know, if I'm Saphir, like I feel like I'm playing good, right? But I am probably a bit frustrated, you know, because just how much of a lead you kind of had in that game. You know, you were I wouldn't say like a crazy lead, but you had a comfortable one for at least
this stage. As we get back into this game 3, we'll see if he can force a game 4, if we're going to be seeing a Fry top 8 placement here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely working hard for it right now, and I mean, it's kind of their set to lose. So right now, off to a pretty good start. A nice, clean little combo. Nothing super crazy, but you know, definitely a good way to start to set the tone.
Yeah, setting the tone is so important because right now I feel like it's been so back and forth. I don't feel like anyone's clearly pulling away. And if Fry can continue this momentum, just bringing that unprecedented dominance in a matchup like this, it might be all he needs as that side sig converts into that side air catch. And that's going to be Fry with a big first stock lead in this game 3.
PJ, the tone has been set.
The tone has been set, indeed.
I think we can agree the tone has been set.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Saphir goes way too low with that side air. And now a reversal situation from Fry, who just holds on to the stage, doesn't want to give away any free stocks, knowing kind of the situation you're in where it's your game to pitch now.
I mean, I got to hit it to Saphir, though. Like, definitely going for a crazy option like that. I mean, definitely trying to find a way to get your footing back some way, somehow. I mean, especially when you're down 2-0 in this scenario as well. Yeah, it definitely makes a lot more sense. And I get it. But, like, you also don't want to be throwing, you know, your second stock away just trying to get a comeback here. So you definitely got to play a little bit smarter. But, you know, take risk when it's calculated.
Right, weaving in and out there, gets the nair, the down air, and doesn't find the ground pound, but weaving in and out of Saphir's reversal opportunities and finds a reversal of his own, but the weapon toss gives some safety on that recovery job as Saphir gets back with the lance in hand, which I feel like hasn't been finding a lot of success into the scythe so far, and I think Saphir seeing that too, switches right back onto the axe.
Dude, Saphir is working so hard to try and even this up. Like, they are working so hard to try and get this. They finally get the stock out of the way, but I feel like they took a lot more damage than they really needed to. Like, they are putting in the work, don't get me wrong, but they are also taking a lot of unnecessary hits. Like that right there. Now, the second stock gone. You're one stock away from being eliminated from this bracket.
It's going to take quite a bit for Saphir. Not only do you have to win this game, but you have to win 2 more games, but you can't really think about that now. It's do or die. This is your elimination side life, your elimination side stock. We'll see if Saphir can make something happen or Fry's going to burn out or extinguish the flame here. I mean, with the side so far, he's been pretty on top of the strings, not getting some crazy KOs early, but getting a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's just like short, quick, clean combos. None of that crazy extended nonsense that we see sometimes. It's just, hey, I'm getting what I know I can get, and then I'm just going to reset right back to neutral and win it all over again. Which, honestly, sometimes that's all you got to do. But we do see Saphir letting us know they do have a little bit of life left in them. And yeah, they are in that little nice mac and cheese color, but they are certainly not out of this game quite yet.
That's a nice sharp cheddar for sure. I mean,
oh hell yeah!
As Saphir, you're looking to hold on to that color as long as possible, because as soon as Fry gets that one open up, it becomes so much more scary. Every damage the scythe does just leads into that side light stare on the orb.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that was a great little setup. Just not gonna find that hit that they were looking for to try and close it out to keep their life extended in this bracket here. But they are certainly playing very well. But now Fry with one more opening misses the sig. And, oh, okay, I like that weapon toss now into the orb.
Side air is all you need. Side light is all you need if you're Fry, and they know that. Saphir is dodging it effectively, dodges through the recovery, and gets a reversal. No side air, though. Gets a nair instead. Fry with an opportunity to seize it all. Saphir drops the recovery punish, and the side air comes in nonetheless as Fry once again takes the game in a crazy clincher situation, and Fry moves on into top 8 elimination side. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. And listen, with the way that game started, like, you would have not guessed it about how the way the game would end. My goodness, that was actually just really well played from both players until...